G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildcard. All Blacks versus Ireland, Eden Park. Despite being hit with COVID, all the YouTube analysts are wrong. The All Blacks completely outclassed. Yeah, the Irish team. The Irish had about 50 minutes at the start. Look like they were gonna just roll over the All Blacks, and then yeah, the All Blacks started clicking into gear. I was concerned. All these YouTube analysts were concerned about Quinn Tupaea not able to play next to Beauden Barrett because these guys hadn't played before or had played like 10 minutes last year. Wrong. Everybody's wrong. The All Blacks, Sir Fozzie, showed everyone why he's the head coach and everybody else is sitting on the sideline. I'm too excited. Quinn Tupaea was really good at 12 position. Completely different style from David Havili. He's able to read the game the way that Beauden likes to play exceptionally well. We've noticed that Quinn Tupaea has always had the talent, and he really just needed that team around him to show how good he actually is. With Beauden next to him today, he played like something we haven't seen before out of him in Super Rugby. He looked fast. He looked like he knew exactly what was going to happen, and it just was absolutely really good combination with Beauden Barrett throughout the game. When it comes to the key point, another key point we talked about was the kicking game. Beauden Barrett, King Beauden, once again showed tremendous improvement from what he was last year against Ireland. In fact, from what he was last year in the international tests, his work throughout the season for the Blues really started to show this game. His kicking game was just completely the next level in comparison to Johnny Sexton. Both players try to do a variety of kicks. Johnny Sexton did a few times, chipped over the top, was able to put the All Blacks under a lot of pressure early in the game, and then Beauden Barrett just hold my beer, mate. I'll show you how to do kicking game, and really put an even better show than what Johnny Sexton was able to put out. Johnny Sexton did come on the field early this game. He had a HIA, and then he wasn't able to return onto the field. And once Johnny Sexton off the field, that flair, that spark, that extra bit of a kicking, danger of him kicking the ball, unpredictable kicking, was just immediately kind of snuffed out for Ireland. The All Blacks also learned their lesson from last year against the Irish, really fronted up in physicality, something that I really liked. The 4-pack was extremely good. The scrummaging was something that was kind of even last year, and maybe the Ireland had a bit of advantage playing against the All Blacks, but this time the All Blacks clearly had the scrum dominance to the point where the Irish team was getting penalised. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Tadhg Furlong, despite being the best tight head in the world, many people consider, was just really not in the same level to the All Black scrum. Maybe Scott Barrett, having that extra person in that scrummaging, giving that extra bit of weight maybe that is the difference, because we know Scott Barrett is a good scrummager at the lock position, having on the blindside flanker position brings that extra bit of stability, extra bit of a strength. There were times where Tadhg Furlong especially was looking at a lot of pressure. It was a bit interesting stuff I didn't notice. The All Blacks lose their prop, especially in the first half when George Bower lose their prop. Instead of going because in normal engagement you will put your head under the opposition's shoulder. Instead of doing that, he seems to have a weird kind of positioning where his head is kind of outside of Tadhg Furlong's arm. Basically his head was to the side of Furlong's body here instead of being under his pec. And that has given him a huge advantage because he was able to kind of basically tip Furlong sideways by being... He's not exactly boring in, but he's just tipping Furlong by kind of hooking his head under his... basically putting his head under his bicep, and able to kind of tip Furlong off his balance a little bit. I don't know. I've never seen that before. I'm not sure if that's a thing that the All Blacks worked on, or if it's just a complete weird positioning by accident. But that's something that was a little bit strange to me. His head was clearly off to the side of Furlong and not underneath his peck here. So that was really, really weird positioning, but it worked out. The All Blacks had overwhelming scrum dominance from start to finish. Even when the reserves came on, the All Blacks were still dominating and scrummaging, exceptionally good. The All Blacks also had some really good defense this game. The Irish seems to have one really, play the game that they knew how to play really well. Fast ball, big crash ball, getting the forwards, kind of group up in the ball and just try to not maul you over, because not actually align it more, to try to like pummel you over with their forward dominance, with the strength. And there was 3 tries that was saved in the second half because of the good defense by the All Blacks. Rieko Ioane saved 2 by himself, knocking on the ball twice, just as the Irish player was going over the try line. Saved 2 tries, Rieko Ioane, and a third one was held up over the line. So Ireland did have plenty of opportunity to score, but the All Blacks was able to snuff it out with their good defense. And so scrum dominance we talked about, good kicking, clinical. The All Blacks defense also showed did show a lot of good defense as well. The lineouts was pretty even, I thought. The other thing that the All Blacks did, also the ground looked a little bit slippery. There was a few players slipping around a little bit, and also the scrummaging look a bit slippery. So I'm not sure if it's been raining in New Zealand. Maybe the turf is a little bit soft. So that definitely played a little bit of factor into the game. And also the So obviously the Irish team, they came out. They knew exactly what they want to do. They wanted to build that forward momentum, get themselves over, and then just try to play with the quick balls. So at the beginning, it looked really good when the Irish were able to they were just basically flooding the breakdowns again and again and again, and really putting the All Blacks in the back foot. But after a while, the All Blacks just basically stepped, it looked like the All Blacks was going to just get rolled over because the breakdown was a bit of a mess. And then, immediately, after, about 15 minutes, the All Blacks pulled themselves together and really was able to, in return, get that quick breakdown and getting that really fast ball for themselves. And really, there's a noticeable pickup in speed for the All Blacks in terms of their defense, the breakdown urgency, and that immediately turned the game around for the All Blacks team. And there's another thing that the All Blacks did a lot better in compared to Irish. We kind of saw this from the French side. It's all about being able to thrive in chaos. So having those loose balls going around, a lot of kicking going around, being able to recoup those loose balls, being able to do the right things with the loose balls to set up your teammates. The All Blacks really did a lot better than the Irish side when they did create those chaos, scoring a couple tries from that as well. Ardie Savea once again showed that he's probably one of the most physical ball runners in the world, just able to easily carve up the Irish backline at one point and score himself a really nice individual try there as well. With that being said, let's have a look at the stats. The Irish team, I feel like the one thing they did do really well is bring that physicality, but they just really was, after a while, especially after Sexton came off, that physicality becomes predictable. And it was just same trick again and again and again. They did try, like I said, they did get over the line a few times, but they were not able to convert all of that into tries. Whereas the All Blacks was able to thrive, create a lot of chaos with their game, with the game plan, with their kicking, and was able to just, really thrive into that chaos that they created. So some match stats quickly have a look at. 6 tries to 3. Like I said, the All Blacks saved 3 tries in the second half. This could have been a lot closer as well. 410 run meters to the All Blacks, 334 to the Irish. At halftime, the run meter is 281 to the All Blacks, 136 to the Irish. 52 carries for both teams at halftime. And you can see the Irish side actually has more opportunities in the second half, and the All Blacks did really well to hold on. Also, just a thing to mention in the second half, there was a bit of an interesting setup after the substitutions came on for the All Blacks. So they put Richie Mo'unga at fullback. They basically subbed off both centre with the 3. So they're taking off, obviously, Aaron Smith for Phineas Christie for Aaron Smith. They're taking off both the centres. So Quinn Tupaia came out, and Riku Ioane got taken off, and then they put on Brandon Eno at outside center. They put Richie Mo'unga at fullback, and they put Jordie Barrett at inside center. So Jordie Barrett gets his, I guess this is like the second time, maybe like third time he's played the center position for the All Blacks. So Jordie Barrett gets his dream to play center for the All Blacks. And he gets, that's what I saw. It was a really interesting setup. Because I think we've seen in the past Richie Moore coming on for the wing up before. I was expecting maybe coming on for Bowden, maybe coming on for Sevu Reece, but no, he got put in the fullback, and Jordie Barrett gets to play as center. So that's something interesting to know from the All Black setup after the reserves came on, because I did not expect that. I did not expect them to do that shuffling around for the team. So the game ended up being quite even overall in terms of stats. 191 tackles for the All Blacks. So turnover conceded, 13 turnovers conceded for the All Blacks, 17 conceded for the Irish. At halftime, the All Blacks conceded 8 turnovers, the Irish 10. Tackle count 191 for the All Blacks, 142 for Ireland. Kicks in play. I'm just a little bit conscious of time because the Wallaby game is going to start against England. Kicks in play, 20 kicks for the All Blacks at halftime. 17 already for Ireland at halftime. So there was a lot of kicking going on in the first half. Both teams were trying to show off their kicking. And All Blacks was just succeeding tremendously over the Irish. So second half, the game tightened up a lot more. Only 8 kicks for the All Blacks and only 3 for the Irish side. They must have been told at halftime to not kick the ball away. And both teams are really clamped down that kicking after the halftime has gone by. Lineouts. 7 lineouts for the All Blacks, 2 lineouts lost. Bit of again, Cody Taylor had a bit of I was worried, a bit concerned at the start. He missed the lineout right away. For the Irish team, 3 lineouts missed out of 14. In terms of completion rate, both pretty poor. But Ireland definitely considered a little bit more due to them having a bit more lineouts going on. Once again, Sam Whitelock did really well in disrupting his lineouts, and I'm pretty sure Scott Barrett and Brodie Attack may have got 1 each as well. So the lineout disruptions was definitely there. Pressure being put on to the Irish side quite a bit as well in that front. Scrums. This is an interesting stat. Despite the fact they said scrums won, scrums lost, one apiece. The All Black scrum had a dominant advantage over the Irish side to the point where they were able to get penalties out of the scrums as well. So, penalties conceded. The All Blacks actually conceded more penalties. So there was, just to give you an idea, right? The All Blacks penalty count was horrendous in the second half. So the All Blacks only conceded 2 penalties for the first 40 minutes. And they conceded 13 in the second half, including a yellow card. Irish side also conceded more. They conceded 3 penalties in the first half, 7 in the second half. But still, 13 penalties in 40 minutes of rugby. That is a lot for the All Blacks. And that's what that is. The 1 yellow card was a bit unfortunate. Carl Tuinukuafe was basically he made a tackle. It was on the ground. He tried to roll away. And he rolled the wrong way. He basically rolled towards the Irish player. And Conor Murray, right? We know he's a handsome guy. We know he probably is good enough looking guy to be an actor. But this was Hollywood. This was some really, really, really good acting, right? This was world-class acting on display. Maybe he is working on becoming an actor after he's finished rugby. So he saw Conor Murray rolling away. He just casually runs in, trips himself over, and he just looked so good. It looked like he sold it so perfectly, and the referee had no choice to just be like, yeah, dude, you are just completely out of position, and you rolled into the number 9. Yellow card. So Carl Tuinukuafe gets a yellow card, and Conor Murray gets the Oscar for that trip. That was good. That was some good acting there. I have to say, that was some good acting there from Conor Murray. So yeah, let's quickly go through the game. So yeah, this was obviously really emotional for both teams. Haka went off. Man, everybody looked so pumped. The game's kicked off. both teams look a little bit shaky at the start. Obviously, the nerves, the kickoff, the Irish team was like dropping the ball. There was a lot of just like kicking game that's probably unnecessary at the beginning of the game. Nobody was able to get anything out of it. Like the All Blacks had an opportunity inside the Irish half early, and they just like kicked the ball straight like out. Trying to like literally went just basically gave the Irish a line outs inside their own 22. That's all they got out of it. Irish following that bit of a pressure from All Blacks build themselves back into the All Blacks half. 5 minutes into the game, the Irish four was just literally the Irish four pack was just mauling like hounds, just like pounding through the All Blacks defense. Every breakdown, the Irish were just flooding the breakdown with 3-4 defenders, just immediately getting the ball back, quick ball, and there was nothing fancy on this Irish attack. Just one off pass left, one off pass right, and just having their forwards pounding through. Like the All Blacks literally looked like they were getting outmuscled. They were literally getting outmuscled here, and it was looking really bad. Like everybody looked gassed out from the All Black team, and took 5 minutes, 18 phases. Ireland just muscled themselves over. What's his name? Get the first try. Earls, Keith. Yeah, so they muscled themselves about 1 minute short from the try line, and then the ball comes out, goes to Johnny Sexton. Little inside ball to Keenan. Keenan gets the ball, throws back outfield, and then a big long pass to Keith Earls, steps in field, goes in for the try. 5 minutes in. This was all just the Irish forwards pounding through the All Blacks defense. And it was really looked like the All Blacks was just getting unmuscled here. And it looked like the All Blacks were shell-shocked at this point. Like, they did not expect the physicality. And yeah, it was just ridiculous. 9 minutes into the game, Ringrose just absolutely flattened Sam Kang. Like, he was visibly hurt. Literally, the All Blacks players were just getting manhandled. Like, there was players getting picked up and just being like thrown to the ground. Like people were just getting knocked out of the feet left and right for the All Black side. And the Irish team was just way more physical. And this was looking really concerning for the All Blacks for the first 50 minutes or so. And again, the All Blacks also not really committing to breakdown early in the game. And the Irish were just turning the ball over like at ease. It was looking really, really, really bad. But the All Blacks finally stabilized the situation about 50 minutes in with a big, big, big scrum. And just big scrum over the Irish side, turns the ball over, penalty against Ireland. Like I said, George Bauer just did a number on Furlong, kind of flipped him a little bit, looked like. But anyway, the referee basically Furlong was, the Irish scrum just folded like pancakes. And then the All Blacks just completely won that big dominant scrum. On the 14th minute, the All Blacks loses their first lineouts. Again, it was just looking quite bad. After this scrum was won, they just immediately lose their lineouts, and it was just, not looking good. It took 18 minutes for the All Blacks to finally get themselves in a position, right? So, basically this is, so finally the All Blacks gets like inside their Irish half after about 18 minutes. They put on a little bit of pressure. The All Blacks had, instead of like going to the breakdown and getting tackled, the All Blacks basically just did this beautiful play where they kind of throw the ball out. Sam Whitelock gets the ball. He looked like he's gonna crash the ball, right? He runs in, literally he gets in contact with the defender. He turns, flicks the ball back to the back line. And suddenly, there was a lot of space being created from this move because Sam Whitelock drew like 3 defenders by doing this. The ball goes back to, I think it was Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith throws the ball out wide to Quinton Tupaia. And this is where Quinton Tupaia really showed his skills. He gets the ball, lighting hands, like the Irish was rushing defense on him. They saw this coming. Lighting hands to Fainga'anuku, runs, sets Onuku free on the wing. Onuku runs down the sideline, gets tackled about 2 meters short. The ball comes out. The Aaron Smith gets the ball. He saw Jordie Barrett lining up center field. Big pass. Jordie Barrett saw a prop basically in the I think it was I think it was a prop, but basically Jordie Barrett saw a forward, bowls through, catches the ball full speed, too close. It was like 5 meters short. Like it was only had to run like 5 meters. crashes through for the first try for the All Blacks. And this was a huge sigh of relief. You can see it. Everybody was like literally a sigh of relief after being under the pump for about 20 minutes by the Irish team. And from this week going forward, like it was almost like all that dread, all that rust just lifted off the All Blacks back, because from there going forward, the Irish team was just went downhill. So the after the try was scored, the Irish team, looking a little bit lost, tries to start picking up the tempo again, and you look like the Irish team was just really trying too hard to do something. Like there was basically they were inside the All Blacks half on the 29th minute, just building some pressure, and they're just throwing these passes like going to the ground, and then they try to scoop it up and try to quickly offload again, and eventually this kind of like poor handling, kind of like rushing, led to a big mistake when they're just inside the All Blacks half 22. The ball goes to Ringrose. Hang on, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze here. The ball goes to Ringrose, right? Ringrose tries to throw a ball, he gets a loose pass to nobody, bounces on the ground. Again, really forcing these passes, that's not necessary. Several Reece scoops it up, runs 75 meters down the other end. Try time for the All Blacks. Yeah. After all that pressure, Ireland, and then from this point, right, you can tell the Irish is out of their rhythm. Instead of just like slowing down a little bit, the Irish decided to take it up even quicker. They tried to step up the speed even more, and resulted in even more more opportunities. Resulted in like more opportunities he missed out because they tried to go even faster than before after the second try was scored. And also just before this try was scored, Johnny Sexton gets hit on the head. He like falls into a tackle, gets banged on the head. The Irish were complaining, and then basically they had a shot at replay. He literally like slipped, and Sam Cane was making a tackle, and it just like he literally slipped into Sam Cane's forearm, and the referee's like, yeah, that's not a penalty. And Sexton gets taken off a HRA, and he's not able to come back onto the field. Yeah. So that was really a bit of a sign. Also, it looked like just before Sam Reece scored this try, there was a deliberate knock-on by the All Blacks, but the referees had a look on the TMO that said that was okay. It was just a knock-on advantage, and the Irish kind of like used up that knock-on advantage after a few set phases. And yeah, so it was just, basically it was just becoming messier and messier for the Irish side. Basically the Irish team was, like, there was one point where the Irish, after Johnny Sexton gets off, Irish team had a penalty opportunity just inside the All Blacks half. This is really far away. It's still like, 50 meters to go. Instead of just, take your time, go for your set pieces, they just take a quick tap from 50 meters out and then immediately like loses the ball basically. So that was just, like they really completely kind of like lost control of the game. Anyway, on the 35th minute, the Ireland's becoming a bit of a mess. The All Blacks was basically inside the Irish half, kind of like slow ball, but they're really just controlling the ball. They were just like, the Irish was just like rushing the defense way too fast. So the ball comes out to Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett sees this, like sees that the Irish team was rushing, sees that the Irish team was frustrated. He faked that drop goal, he looked like. So the Irish player was, the Irish player like pressuring him, jumps up in the air to try to do a charge down, and Beauden Barrett instead just grab a kick the ball behind him. And Quinn Tupaia read this perfectly, run through, nobody was in range of him, perfectly bounces up, catches the ball, try time. Beautiful, beautiful try under the sticks. This was spectacular try by Quinn Tupaia. And again, this was just Irish rushing. Like they were expecting a drop goal from this for some reason, or like a high ball or something. Player jumps up in the air, trying to charge down, and Beauden just like, I'm just going to grab a kick behind instead. And yeah, another try, Quinn Tupaia, 35th minute. And just before the halftime, once again, the Irish was noticeably frustrated. There was a lot of talking on the field. Aaron Smith was talking about like something. So there was a rock, right? And all the Irish team was just like talking about the referee. Like there was way too much talking by the Irish team to the referee, by the way. So everybody was like talking to the referee, and they were all like distracted around this rock. And Aaron Smith just goes, all right, takes the ball, runs straight through this huge gap on the rock, near the rock. Like nobody was defending the rock essentially. Runs straight through. He chips the ball over the fullback. The ball bounces. Aaron Smith tries to pass the ball, tries to swipe the ball back to his own teammate. The ball gets swiped back, bounces forward into the goal area, and then Ardie Savea gets the two Irish player tries to recover this ball, couldn't get it. Ardie Savea gets it, grounds the ball. 4 tries in the first half, easy as that for the All Blacks, and that is all just because the Irish team was just really lost control of the game. Like they all rushing things, and the defensive line was out of shape. Nobody was communicating between each other, and everybody was trying to talk to the referee. And Aaron Smith just like, yeah, okay, I'll just take a run straight through your rock. It was looking really bad. Second half starts, Ireland came out visibly more controlled, more wanting to score a try right away. So they came out, they got themselves a penalty, they go for a line out, and then Ireland just comes down and just starts pounding the Maul didn't really go anywhere, starts pounding the try line. Again, something that they something that has worked for them in the first half. They try to do that again. Just hard running by Van der Fleer, got really close. The ball comes out. James Lowe gets the ball, goes wide. James Lowe gets the ball. He draw and pass like 2 players. Gary Ringrose gets the ball out wide, and it looked like he had it covered, but he just had that little bit too close to the try line. Dunks the ball through into the corner, gets the second try for the Irish team, and suddenly it looked like there's a bit of a relief for the Irish side. And 12 points to 28, they kind of gets himself back into the game, right? The Ireland again was getting another opportunity. The Ireland was once again just rushing, maybe still rushing a little bit. Peter O'Mahony was basically got penalised shortly after this, losing an opportunity for the Irish side, giving the opportunity back to the All Blacks. All Blacks taking, like, this is the point, 28 points to 12. The commentators were talking about maybe taking the goal kick, but the All Blacks really didn't show why they're the All Blacks. Not gonna take the penalty goal. Goes for like a penalty. Goes for a line out, but they were not able to score here. But still, I thought they made the right decision here. Really, like, try to, after absorbing some pressure from the Irish side, they really try to strike back. And sure enough, it didn't take that long. They failed to get that try from like a structured play from the line out. But right after this happened, on the 52nd minute, the All Blacks was just about 40 minutes out from the Irish side. There was a Irish line out that kind of went awry. The All Blacks steals it. Ball comes out, just goes wide. Ardie Savea was just like outside center position, gets the ball. And it looked like he wasn't even like, he looked like he might want to pass. He just takes on the defensive line and just powers through. Yeah, like 2 defenders. And then he gets through, and you see like the fullback coming out, you're like, sure, he's going to get tackled. Powers through the fullback, goes in for a try. He just, like, it's almost like you couldn't believe it. You're like, sure, he's going to get tackled. Sure, he's going to pass the ball. Nah, he just gets the ball, shrugging off people left and right, goes straight through for a try. Ardie Savea gets his second try, 58 minutes in the second half. After this try was scored, there was a lot of opportunity for the Irish in the second half. So on the 59th minute, the Irish side was putting more pressure on the All Blacks. A quick tap and goes following a few penalties. The forwards just crashing, Ty Furlong crashing. And, just before this thing, just go back a little bit. On the 58th minute, the Irish were just showing a more nice, streamlined, fast-paced attack. Joey Carbery gets the ball. He slips through a bit of a gap. He runs in. He gets tackled just short by Rieko Ioane. He tries to reach the ball out to go for a try line. Maybe because of Riko's tackle, he drops the ball as he's about to ground the ball. So no try there on the 58th minute. A minute later, the Irish was on the front foot again, following a few penalties, taking the penalty out, quick tap on the penalty advantage, just going forward, crashing the ball. Ty Furlong, hard running, gets the ball really close to the try line. Ball comes out, one short pass to Van der Fleer. This looked like something they practice a lot. Van der Fleer just pounces in. Looked like he was scored. They showed a replay. Rieko Ioane smacks him. Not sure if he actually made a difference. he drops the ball as he's going over the try line. Josh Van der Flier, no try on the 59th minute. On the 60th minute, the All Blacks puts on their reserves. This was looking a little bit strange. Richie Mo'unga goes to fullback. Both centers gets taken off. And Jordie Barrett goes to center, inside center. And then they had Brendan Eno at outside center. On the 70th minute, Peter Gus saw a call on the field. Basically, the first thing he did on the field is drop the ball. All the commentators were talking about, oh, how good he is, and he immediately drops the ball. But it doesn't matter. On the 70th minute, he redeems himself. Again, the All Blacks were putting some pressure on the Irish side. They had a penalty advantage to the Ops for a scrum just under the goalpost, and the scrum just dominates the Irish side, just going forward. The ball goes to the number 8, Peter Gus. He picks the ball up, runs straight to the straight for the try line, barges himself through. Just basically rams himself through for a try, and everybody was just like surprised that he scored. Like, you can see it on Jordie Barrett's face. It's just like, what the hell happened? How did you score? So Peter Gus saw it, gets a try on the 70th minute, and then finally the Irish team was really trying to get some consolations in the last 10 minutes or so. The Bandiaki on the 76th minute. Once again, the Irish team just physicality gets inside the All Blacks 22, just started crashing the ball, start pummeling the ball. Bandiaki with that physicality crashes through for a try. And then and then on the dying minutes, in the 82nd minute, it looked like the Irish team scores another one. Van der Flier once again just pounding the try line, gets himself through, but the referee deemed it was held up. And final play of the game, the Irish had a penalty before this held up happened. They basically gets the ball for a 5-meter line out. The line out comes in, sets up a maul. The All Blacks wraps the maul up. The maul goes down. Ball did not come out. Referee says All Blacks 4. Game over. And the streak is still alive at Eden Park. Maybe the Wallabies will do it later this year. But yeah, that was the game. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yada, yada, yada. I gotta go watch Eddie Jones, my dad, play Australia. And see you guys a bit later. Cheers.